What's up, guys? Welcome back to Goshen Games. I am Goshen, and today is Tuesday, and we're doing our Dragon Ball Tuesday video. Today's episode of Dragon Ball Tuesdays, we are talking about Dragon Ball Super, episode 90. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Freaking, I love this episode. I mean, any Gohan-centric episode I love, and this one is just awesome. This is Gohan back to his power. Back to his power, guys. Excuse me. Back to his power, guys. There's been a ton of speculation ever since the whole Resurrection F arc, because Gohan asked Piccolo to train him at the end of that arc, and finally we get to the point where Gohan was able to unlock his hidden potential, or re-unlock it, so to speak. So this episode was basically him sparring with Goku, because Piccolo told him, okay, there's no more that I can do for you, but there's somebody else who can, which is Goku. Basically, Gohan is testing his limits at this point. He wants to go and fight his father to see where he matches up with him and see if he can surpass him. So that is a massive, massive point in this episode, guys. While they're fighting, I mean, there's so much going on. First of all, it starts off as a 2v2 scenario. You have Gohan and Piccolo and Goku and Tien fighting, and Master Roshi, I guess, being the judge or whatever, for the battle royale that they're having, the 2-on-2 fight. And something that they spoke about in the last Gohan episode was Gohan and Piccolo. They were discussing making combos as a team together, and that's something that they actually implemented a bit in this fight, and you saw it work very well with them too. I mean, to me, Gohan and Piccolo are like the perfect combo, because Piccolo is his mentor. Piccolo trained him from when he was a kid. Piccolo spent more time with Gohan than Goku has, which, I mean, that's a whole running joke in Team 4 Star. So but it's true though. It's true. Piccolo spent more time with Gohan than Goku spent with Gohan. That's why, like, Gohan sees Piccolo as a mentor, as a father figure, even as like an older brother, because technically they're not that far in age. He's a caretaker for his family. We've seen Piccolo taking care of Pan. So there's a lot of chemistry between the two, and there's a lot of love and respect between Piccolo and Gohan. So because of that, they work very well together. So another important thing to keep in mind is that we have Gohan, who's unlocked his ultimate form at the moment, going toe-to-toe with Goku as Super Saiyan 2, and Gohan's constantly telling him to stop holding back. He's telling him to stop holding back because he wants to test his full potential out. And so it takes Goku to go Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, or Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue, however you want to say it. It takes Goku going that form to beat Gohan. Granted, we didn't really get to see them fight Super Saiyan Blue versus Gohan. If we did, in all honesty, I think Gohan would have been an almost even match. But we got to that Kaioken Blue versus Gohan, and it was just like a one-hit thing. But even then, Gohan's fighting spirit, his fighting spirit lasted him to the end of that. Even though he got knocked out, Gohan, knocked out, is still going and trying to punch Goku. So, one other thing to keep in mind is that when Gohan is fighting Goku, Goku tells him, "You're not going to go Super Saiyan." Gohan says, "No, I'm not. I'm trying to achieve my own ultimate form, or my own ultimate power, in a different way than you are." And that is really important to Gohan's character. That is really important to who he is as a whole. Because, the whole Super Saiyan thing, he was doing it because Goku did it. And that's what he was taught. Then when he learned his ultimate form, and when Piccolo unlocked it again for him, or helped him to unlock it again, and told him, now we're going to go beyond, Gohan's realizing his own potential as himself, which is something that, to be honest, he didn't even really get a chance to do it in Cell. which a lot of people, including myself, was like pinnacle of Gohan, because you think about it, Gohan back in the Cell games, he still didn't want to fight. He was still holding himself back. Even when he went Super Saiyan 2, I believe he was still holding himself back, to the point that even after Goku died, when they were doing the Beam Struggle Kamehameha, Goku was telling him to stop holding back. So Gohan's entire life, he's held back his power until he unlocked the ultimate form back when he fought Buu, which then he got cocky, which Piccolo pointed that out to him. So, he's finally accepting the fact that he has a warrior fighting spirit inside of him. And I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. I mean, it's just so exciting, and to see Gohan develop as a character again after all these years. Granted, after all these years for us, right? Because I mean, in the Dragon Ball world, it hasn't been that long since Buu. It's been, I think what do they say, like 3-4 years, something like that. So that's something important to keep in mind. And then the other thing too is, like, at the end of the fight, Goku points or he appoints Gohan as the leader of Universe 7, which I think is fantastic, because then him and Piccolo could come up with strategies. Piccolo, and Master Roshi, to be honest, come up with strategies on how they can all combine their abilities and succeed in fighting, because that's something that they spoke about with the whole combination fighting. That's something that they showcased a little bit in this episode, is the combination fighting. So to go beyond that and even further, it would be really exciting to see, and that is something that we do see a little bit in the preview for next week. You see Gohan is there with a whiteboard, and he's like strategizing for the team. So I think that's really cool that they're doing that, and I think that goes back to the whole Cell games thing, where Goku appoints Gohan as his successor, and they're doing it again. They're trying to do it again, actually, because the whole thing was, it didn't work out last time because the fans liked Goku more than Gohan, which fans in Japan, are going to be different than the fans over here on the Western side, because on the Western side of the world, we grew up with Gohan. And I made this a point in a video before, and I make it a point when people ask me who my favorite character is, and I explain it to them, and I tell them, Gohan's my favorite character. Goku is actually one of my least favorite characters. I didn't grow up with Goku. I didn't. Dragon Ball came out in 1984. Over here in the U.S., we got like a handful of Dragon Ball episodes, and then they stopped it. It wasn't until the popularity of Dragon Ball Z that when they finally started releasing all the episodes of Dragon Ball Z over here in the US, that we got all the episodes of Dragon Ball. So I grew up with Gohan, from when he was little to where he is now. I grew up with Gohan, so I can relate to him. Over there in Japan, the fans relate to Goku because they grew up with Goku. So that has a lot to do with things. So to me, it almost seems like they're trying again for the third time now. They're trying again for the third time to make Gohan be the pinnacle of Dragon Ball, because like I said, they tried to do it with the Cell games, Goku dying, Gohan taking over the mantle. It didn't work. They tried to do it again in Buu, where Gohan got his ultimate power, came back, fought Buu, and he was like overpowered. They tried to do it again there, didn't work. And so now it seems like they're trying to do it again for the third time, maybe third time's a charm. Who knows? I mean, it could be maybe they're just going to share it all between Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, who, by the way, we haven't seen a lot of Vegeta lately. So I can't wait till the tournament starts and we actually get to see more of Vegeta. So, that's a little breakdown of the episode. It's a very, very fun episode. Probably one of the best episodes that they've released in recent days. Probably since the fight between Goku and Hit has this been one of the better episodes. This one and the last Piccolo Gohan episode, which was really good as well. Because right now it's just a lot of running around, Goku finding the whole team, and then now we have the whole Frieza thing, because the next episode is about Boo falling asleep, and now Goku's got to find somebody to replace him. So, you know, that we have the whole Frieza thing coming up, which I really still think it's a bad idea. But in Japan, Frieza's a big deal. You know, they like him as a character, as a villain. I'm sick and tired of Frieza. I really am. I've said it plenty of times before. But anyways, that'll be another video when that episode comes. And, you know, like I said, it's a quick rundown of this episode, which is a fantastic episode. I can't get over this episode. I really can't. Just seeing Gohan give Goku a run for his money is worth it. I mean, the last time that we saw Gohan like seriously fighting was in the exhibition match when he was Super Saiyan. And I think he went Super Saiyan 2, if I remember correctly. So even then, that was a good fight for Gohan too, which I mentioned that I was glad that he lost, because that gave him something to look forward to and strive towards. Because if he won, then it wouldn't have made such an impact on his character. But now he lost that. He realized that he's not strong enough. He has things that he can lose. You know, I think honestly, Gohan has more heart in this tournament than Goku does. Goku is just going to fight strong people. Gohan is there to protect. And I think Goku kind of realizes that, and that's why he appointed Gohan as the leader of the tournament, or the tournament team, because I think he realizes that Gohan has more heart in this than Goku does. You know, and obviously if Gohan's the leader, then Piccolo will be second in command, working side by side with Gohan to figure everything out. And, you know, as far as like their hearts being in the tournament, I think in order of rankings, as far as like everybody who knows what's going on, right? Everyone, because not everybody knows that the universe is going to be erased if they lose. So I think as far as like their heart being in it and their will to succeed, I think it goes Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, then Goku. Goku's like bottom of the top 4 fighters in that list, because, like I said, because of the fact that he is going to, because he wants to fight. Vegeta is actually fighting because he's becoming that family man. He's becoming that person that Gohan already is, as far as like being there for his family. So, you know, that brings me back to my whole point of Gohan being appointed as the leader of the fight, or the leader of the team, because his heart is in it, and he will think of ways to win that Goku won't. Goku is just going to be there, point Goku in the right direction, and Goku will go and kick some ass. That's what Goku's going to do. You know, Gohan is obviously a frontline fighter, but he's not going to be like, because you think of it like a video game, right? You have your tanks, your frontline fighters, your tanker, your fighter types. That's what Goku and Vegeta mainly are. Your frontliners. Then you have your shot callers, right? You have your shot callers. Everybody. So if this was an MMO, you have your shot callers who are behind. Usually your shot callers would be your stealth fighters or your mages or whatever. You know, those tend to be the people in the backline who call the shots. Well, Gohan would be like in the middle. He's a fighter, but at the same time he's a strategist. So he's gonna put his pieces where he needs them to be in order for them to win. So, you know, I think that's the whole reason why Goku's like, I have our leader, it's Gohan, because Gohan can think with a clear head. Goku can't. When he gets into fighting, he's into fighting, and that's it. So anyways, that's the video for today for Dragon Ball Tuesdays. If you like this video, hit that like button. And we're on a road. We're on the road to 300 subs. We hit 200 over the weekend. Do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button down below, and we will continue to grow. I'm planning to do another giveaway at 500 subs. If we can get there, I will do the giveaway at 500 subs. Anyways, guys, I will see you in my next video. I will see you in my next live stream. You guys all have a great day, and hopefully you guys, I didn't spoil too much for you. If you didn't watch the episode, you shouldn't be watching this. Go watch the episode. Anyways, later. I'll see you guys later.